Hello there you, and welcome to a gigantic Imperial Guard army that's been tasked with holding these vital bridgeheads against this encroaching Nurgle swarm. Will the Imperials be able to defend their island, or will the presence of plague ogrins carry the chaos forward? But before we do get into today's fight, I just want to say a massive shout out to all the channel members who helped keep this channel going, and if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below, and while you're at it, go ahead and check out the Chainsaw Vengeance hoodies available now in the ChaoticPinky store. With all that being said, let's get on with the battle. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off today's fight in which the Chaos truly have their work cut out for them. Having to assault these beachheads is not going to be easy at all. An extremely costly fight is here for the Chaos. Now the Imperials have brought everything but the kitchen sink with them. We got las cannons, we got Liber Russes, we got conscripts, auto guns, artillery. It's all going to be raining down here on the Chaos lines as they try to push across and try to create a beachhead here up on the bridge. You can see the glorious Imperial Guard countercharge now starting to come out as conscripts make their way towards the melee combat. Both sides now actually have the last guns. You can see the green lasers here returning from the Chaos side as the brutal fight starts to ensue. Now the Chaos here expected a fight on the hands, have brought plague ogrins. They're going to be the siege breakers for today. They're going to be trying to use them to get across the bridge, but of course they need to get to the front line first. At the moment though, Chaos is shuffling in renegade gunners at that front. They're trying to create a defilade out of bodies here to provide them with a little bit of cover. Oh my god, look at all the last fire just zipping through the air at the moment. Now there are a couple of tactical options here for the Chaos that are available to them. They can send units around this way, which it looks like they already are doing, to try and attack the Imperials in the flank on this side. There is also, on the other far side, if Chaos should choose to do so, which it already looks like it's doing, are these bridges here. These bring them right into the rear of the Imperial army. So the Imperials are pretty much surrounded here. They've got to use their forces to try and stop the Chaos from cutting off the rear end. But at the moment, most of the force of Chaos is going to be trying to get across the bridge, and here we go. The plague ogrins now into the mix, but them too are also weakened to artillery fire. The mod tools have actually been updated now, so hopefully some of these bigger units will start getting mass, and we shouldn't see them being flung around the map as much, so that'll be really nice. At the moment though, Chaos taking stupendous losses trying to push across here. 60,000, coming up to 70,000 now, to the Imperial Guards 2,000. But the presence of plague ogrins is getting heavier by the second here. And trust me, these conscripts, yeah, as you've just seen there, they don't stand much of a chance against the plague ogrin. They've just got to hope that the tank fire and artillery fire is going to be enough to keep them at bay. The Chaos, though, flinging reinforcements, it's like it's nobody's business. You can see that the covering fire is actually pretty intense coming out of this side. Looks like most of the Imperial last fire is focusing into the flanks on the hills over here, which is an odd choice. I'm guessing they're thinking that, you know, the front lines here can be held by the melee mainly, but the Chaos are focusing heavy fire. Look at all that. Oh my god, that's a lot of firepower coming out of the Chaos lines. Again, look at this, with the last fire going into the flanks of the Chaos army rather than the front line. This could be a smart tactic, I'm not quite sure yet. It depends whether these front lines over here hold. I mean, the artillery is keeping it good at the moment. Thousands of Chaos keep getting flung through the air. Oh, it's a wonderful thing to see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over to the other side over here, because the Imperials are struggling by the looks of it to actually keep this flank in check. The Chaos are pumping more reinforcements into it than the Imperials. So we have now got a new group coming across. A new platoon has been sent across the bridge here. Yeah, that's actually quite a lot of Chaos, though, trying to come into this flank. Look at this. They've even got the last guns now all lined up here. Be cool if we could get some last gun laser sounds as well. That'd be real nice. So these are Imperials. Okay, so the Imperials bringing reinforcements around from a far flank there. Let's go have a look on this side. Yeah, Chaos are trying to push the rear flank on this side as well, but they are being met with heavy resistance. Oh my god. An artillery shell there in the center of that group just took them all out. How are we getting on the bridges though, chaps? Oh my, yeah, okay. Chaos has definitely started to build up the body piles here now. There's a lot of corpses. That's going to offer them some protection against the artillery. But the fight on the bridge is brutal indeed. Oh, the plague troll there. Just absolutely annihilating a bunch of reinforcements. The Chaos are actually starting to push across the bridge, though. They're gaining a little bit of a foothold here for now. The Imperials need to up their firepower, focus them down a bit more, get these plague trolls out of the problem. Go back over, because one of the other things that the plague trolls can do, they can actually make their way through the water, some of them. Yeah, like this, look at this. We've had one over here. He's made his way through the water. So what happens is they get blasted by artillery, and sometimes they save it. And when they land, they'll land in the water down here. Then they'll just end up walking out of the water. It's kind of incredible. It's almost like you get this dynamic of a sort of amphibious assault coming from the Chaos. And you can see that the Imperial Guard are flinging reinforcements down here. They're actually unable to shoot down. Most of the Imperial Guard firepower is back over this side, over here. So they're not actually able to aim with ranged units at the plague trolls down the bottom, so they're literally just flinging men with bayonets at it. Oh man, look at all these bodies now. Oh my god. The riverbank has been absolutely flooded with corpses. We're going to raise the water level here with the amount of bodies going into that water. But I do love these little amphibious assaults from the Chaos. And then plague trolls, man. They're just absolutely annihilating infantry. Deadly. Go back over to the other side. How are we doing on this side, chaps? Again, I don't know if the... yeah, they might struggle a little bit getting up this side. I was just going to say, look at this. The plague trolls again. Amphibious assault on this side. They've got to work... Actually, they could get up. They've got to work their way along here, though. That's how they can get up to this area, and look at all the bodies. The Imperials are actually standing on corpses here. That's how they're able to get into the water. Oh, dude, get out of the water. You're going to drown, you fool. That combat armor is heavy, mate. You don't want to go in the water. You won't be getting out of there. But at the moment, the Chaos actually is still struggling, despite the presence of plague trolls on our front line. The thing I'm really worried about is them renegade gunners. Look at all that last fire. That's a lot. There's a heavy exchange of gunfire going on. Chaos are not really having any luck on this side. They're getting distracted by a few units, and in the process of trying to kill these few, they're taking thousands of losses. Let's go over to our other flank, please, over here. Yeah, Chaos again struggling. They have broken through the line, though. The Imperials didn't bring in enough reinforcements. So we have maybe got a little bit of a surround starting to happen here. Oh my god, look at the body pile already. That's kind of insane. Yeah, no plague trolls on this side of the field as of yet. That could be a big problem if they start coming around that flank. Okay, interestingly, the plague trolls here are killing so many of the Imperial Guard that they're almost creating this platform. Look at this, we've actually made a new embankment out of Imperial Guard corpses here. This is too effective, guys. Oh my god, look at this. They're actually building a bridge. That's kind of insane. So many guardsmen have lost their lives trying to take out them plague trolls. They're very deadly. I keep mixing up the name. I keep calling them plague ogrins and then plague trolls. They're actually both. The unit model is a bile troll, but I like to think of them as ogrins for the 40k universe. They're about the right size for it as well, so. But Chaos is definitely struggling, taking a lot of losses, but they've still got over 4 million left. I think they've lost a hell of a lot to environmental factors here, though. A lot to drowning as they get flung into the lake. All the artillery, like these guys flying through the air. When they land, that's an environmental kill. So, you know, the Imperials have actually got a lot more kills than they're letting on here. About 2 million, in fact, which is quite significant. Again, look at all these Chaos bodies lining up across the other side here. We just got to be careful of these plague trolls. It does look like we're starting to thin out the numbers of them. Don't get me wrong. There's still plenty of them. And the bridge itself is also starting to get slowly covered in corpses now. This is actually good for the Chaos, believe it or not. The more corpses that line this area, it makes it easier and easier for it to be pathed. which allows the AI to fling more units into that part, which makes the bridge wider and wider. And it's just a compounding effect until eventually the Chaos have bridged their way across with corpses. How are we getting on the flank? I think this is being held out really nicely. While the Chaos are pouring reinforcements over here, it's just not concerted effort. So the Imperials are able to easily just annihilate them. Same on this side over here as well. There's just not enough of them being flung into it. So the Imperials are having a bit of a field day. One thing I will say though, on this side of the field, the bodies haven't really built up. There's not that many at all. So it seems that most of them are actually dying in the field over here. And you can see that artillery is just raining down. I think artillery has been king of the field on this side, causing them a hell of a problem. Yeah, there's just not that many bodies lined up along the river. Again, kind of incredible. Look at all this though. Oh man, the bodies for the Imperials. It's kind of sad how many have died on the riverbank here. So what I want to do very quickly is hit a little bit of a time-lapse camera. Let's see if the Chaos can pull these bodies up just a little bit more. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it's official. We've touched tips down here now. The Chaos have actually managed to build up enough bodies. And look at this, the Imperials are the ones that actually used it to surge across here and start to countercharge the Chaos. Now, I've got to say, the artillery has been the absolute king of this battlefield so far. It has totally annihilated most of the Chaos army. But look at this, the Imperials have committed large amounts of their force to this fight now. The Chaos still trying to push reinforcements around this flank over here, surprisingly. But the Imperial presence has grown significantly. Yeah, and look at this, the Chaos now are really struggling to actually get anything meaningful going over here. If anything, all we're doing now is pulling units away from the front line, and that could be the new tactic. There is a lot of last fire coming from this direction in particular, which is good for us. It does mean we still have a lot of our last guns on the field. But yeah, the Chaos, oh my god, look at this. The Chaos really struggled over this side. They've not made any meaningful gains whatsoever. I mean, we've built up a lovely little body pile, and a lot of the troops behind this now are protected from a lot of the gunfire that is coming in. But as they come over the top here, yeah, it's a bit of a brutal onslaught. They're just met by a wall of death here, and they're down to 1.6 million units now, so the Chaos really are starting to run out of reinforcements. We've got to make a breakthrough soon. And I believe actually they've committed most of the Plague Ogrins now. I can't see any on the field. Okay, maybe we've got one or two left, but there's not many of them at all, and this guy's already severely injured from artillery fire and the like. The Imperials, though, have just done a bang-up job here. Again, it's that artillery. It's just been absolutely devastating. Any meaningful push here that the Chaos have been trying to get through. Oh, we've got another Plague Ogren, but no, he's been gunned down by last fire. Oh, man, just look at all this. You can't even see anything under the water anymore. No, to be fair, the Imperials have lost quite a few here, 72,000. That's still almost a third of their entire army. But I think there was a statistic somewhere that in real warfare, an attacking army needs 3 times the size of the defender, because they typically lose 3 to 1. So yeah, for every 1 defender, you need 3 attacking enemies. And even then, it's risky. And that's like a baseline. That's just the minimum that you need. Anything over that, much better. And I think we're sort of proving that a little bit here. Oh man, The Chaos needed a few more units here, I think. Maybe a couple of tanks would have helped him out. But the Chaos tanks can be a little bit powerful at times. The last fire has actually subdued quite a lot from the Chaos lines at the moment. There wasn't as much as there was earlier. Again, that artillery taking care of that problem for us. The Imperials here, though, we've got a glorious countercharge going on. Really stopping the Chaos from getting any foothold here on the battlefield at all. We're going to have one hell of a clean-up operation, though, after this. That's one thing that's never mentioned. The poor servitors that have to come around cleaning up this battlefield. It's going to take forever. Though I guess this is how you can create, new mountains. I mean, look at that. We've literally changed the landscape around here. Pretty impressive stuff. 1.2 million left. No, there's just nothing on that side. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get this little trickle coming from over here. These guys are going to be all that is remaining on the battlefield. I think this might be a Chaos loss, but I don't know, actually. They've still got plenty of reinforcements on the field, having said that. Chaos have still got a lot to fling at this. And it is an attrition battle at the end of the day. Or is it one that the Imperials can win or not? I mean, they are starting to push across here. I think with the loss of the Plague Trolls, it's going to be a lot harder for the Chaos, but it's still definitely doable. Chaos do have a lot of Renegade Gunners on the field. You've got a lot of firepower. And the Imperials, as they push across this bridge, are starting to feel that on this side. Again, though, it's just a slow grind for both sides at the moment. Neither really gaining any true momentum. It's just been this back and forth on a bridge. But what I want to do then, hit another little time-lapse camera. This time we'll look at this bridge and see if the Chaos can make any gains here. We'll probably come back when there's about 100,000 of them left. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back, folks, as we come down to the last 500,000 Chaos here on the field. I don't mind, it is not looking good for our poor old Chaos here now. I think as soon as we lost the Plague Ogrons, that was it. But I really want to see what's happened over this side. Because, yeah, the Imperials have just been holding this line for quite a while now. And one thing that is to remember here is that the Renegade Gunners here, there's over 1 million of them with las guns. They actually outgunned the Imperial infantry here. That's kind of insane that the Imperials have not really taken that many losses considering that factor. I mean, look at all the last fire that's flying through the air. The problem is that most of it's just too high. And with this being a flat area, there's very little in the way of collateral kills here for the Chaos. So it's been a really interesting situation though. On this side, this is probably somewhat really effective firepower actually. It's actually aiming down into the side here, and that is hurting the Imperial Guard infantry. My God, look at the lake. Oh, sorry, the river. We've transformed the river on this side here. The Chaos though, they're taking so many losses, man. Again, as soon as the Plague Ogrons were gone, it was pretty much over here. But I'd also like to say that Imperial Guard's artillery has survived this long in a fight, which is extremely rare. Because normally when enemies have a ranged capability, it's the stray fire that normally takes out these kind of things. And yeah, for some reason, just the Imperials have managed to keep 4 or 5 guns at least up and operational. And that has really helped them out to no end over here. And look, you have got a significant amount of last fire coming out of the Chaos lines, but it's just not going to be enough here. 300,000 now. They're starting to lose their ratio, very much so. I'm quite impressed with our lovely little body part though. Look at mega, this is a mega building. Oh my God. There's easily, what, 2 million Chaos piled up here on this front. I mean, at the end of the day, we did almost completely close off the river. Look at this. The bodies are literally touching now. That's kind of impressive. We've forged a river with corpses. Imperials out, flinging more units into this. The Chaos just disintegrating before them. I mean, I don't know what they can do here to pull it out the bag. They're having a right old day of it. Again, look at this. We've actually done quite a lot of damage over this side. So yeah, the last fire has been taking a hold here on the Imperials. They have been taking heavy losses. You can also see a Plague Ogre in there. The amphibious assault units. The unexpected amphibious assault unit, I might add. But yeah, I don't think this has been a very effective use of Chaos either. They have managed to distract a lot of last fire, but yeah, it's just not been that effective. A lot of the units now who are even over the side, look at this, they're like, no, let's not go across the bridge. The front line needs more reinforcements. They're having to come back away from the flank to try and reinforce that front line. It's not a very good display here for the Chaos, unfortunately. The Imperials, on the other hand, holding the bridges magnificently here. Again, that last fire from the Imperials, absolutely deadly. God, I think they've almost completely broken the army on this side now. There's barely a trickle of reinforcements coming in for the for the Chaos. And they're all marauders, really slow, heavy-moving units. Oh, they're actually coming from this side of the field. They're having to pull units from this side of the field to be able to reinforce this one. Oh my god, look at the floor over here. I've just suddenly realised. Yeah, that artillery was so deadly on this side of the field. Because I was wondering why they weren't really building up the bodies over the bridge like we had on the other side, and I think that answers the question. Just this deathly mosaic behind them. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've got it on this side too. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's pretty deathly on this side. Oh man, there's just so much. There's so many bodies. This is an insane cleanup operation here. And the crazy thing is as well, all these Imperial Guard, of course, will have to be killed because we can't risk any Nurgle infection or whispers of chaos being spread here. No one truly wins on these battlefields of chaos and all that. But yeah, Imperials definitely won on this side of the field. The Chaos just slaughtering their own units now. Look at all that last fire. Glorious. So, one more little time-lapse camera, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over here. While we're waiting for these rest of our 150,000 Chaos to be mopped up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this. The Imperials now have crossed the other side here, and I'm not quite sure where the rest of the Chaos are. It looks like we might have a few stuck over there, but yeah, pretty much the 24,000 here that are remaining on the field are so scattered now that there's absolutely no chance of them actually being able to do anything. Look at all these. Oh my god, there's so many bodies over here. Like I said, it's going to be one hell of a cleanup operation. Look how high that is. That's like, what, at least a 6-story building that we've managed to create here. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, like all good things, it must come to an end. And as always, I do hope you've had a blast. I know I have. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, until next time, peace.